Hi friends, in this tutorial we'll be implementing Spring Boot and Swagger OpenAPI 3 example. We'll be having a brief look at what is OpenAPI 3 and how it is related to Swagger. For this I'll be taking reference of my website javanews.com. So go to Spring Boot Swagger. The example we'll be implementing today is Spring Boot Swagger 3 Hello World example. In a previous tutorial we had already implemented Spring Boot Swagger Hello World example. So if you go to the example here, so here we had made use of Swagger 2. So this is the older version of Swagger. In this tutorial we'll be having at the newer version of Swagger, which is Swagger 3. So the older version of Swagger, it was provided to us by the SpringFox library. Let us now have a look at what is Swagger and OpenAPI specification and how they are related to each other. So the OpenAPI specification, formerly known as Swagger specification, is an API description format for the REST APIs. So an OpenAPI file allows you to describe the entire API. So if you go to this URL swagger.io/specification, here they have specified this OpenAPI specification. It defines a standard language agnostic interface to the RESTful APIs. So using this specification we can describe the RESTful APIs, but this is just a standard. It is not the actual implementation. Swagger is actually what provides the actual implementation for the specification. So Swagger, it is a set of open source tools built around the OpenAPI specification that can help you design, build, document and consume the REST APIs. So the OpenAPI specifications, these are implemented by Swagger, and we make use of Swagger to describe the REST APIs in our Spring Boot application. Over the past few years, Swagger, it has become the standard for defining and documenting our API. So formerly known as Swagger specification, this format, it has now been donated to the OpenAPI initiative, which is a Linux Foundation collaborative project. On July 2017, the OpenAPI specification 3.0.0 was finally released by the OpenAPI initiative. So this specification, it has considerable improvements over the previous one, which was specification 2.0.0. The Spring.doc OpenAPI Java library, it implements this new OpenAPI specification 3.0.0, whereas the previous one, that is this OpenAPI specification 2, it was implemented by SpringFox. The new one, it is implemented by the Spring.doc OpenAPI. So we'll now be making use of the Spring.doc OpenAPI along with Spring Boot to implement an example. Also in the next tutorial, we'll be further modifying the example that we are implementing to implement Spring Boot basic security to the Swagger 3 implementation. So let us begin with the implementation part. We'll be creating a Spring Boot project and implementing the OpenAPI 3 specification for documenting the REST APIs. This is the Maven project that we'll be developing. So go to Eclipse and create a new Maven project. Create a simple project. Group ID, give it as com.javanews. The artifact ID, will be giving it as boot swagger. Click on finish. So this is the Maven project that has been created. If we go to the pom.xml, here we'll be adding the required dependencies. So let us have a look at the dependencies that we are going to add. We'll be adding two dependencies. One is the Spring.doc OpenAPI UI. So this is a Swagger dependency which is implementing the OpenAPI specification 3. And also we'll be adding the Spring Boot Starter Web dependency. The Spring Boot version that we are going to use is the 2.2.8 release version. So copy this. Next, we'll be creating a domain class named employee. This employee class, it has the fields employee ID, name, designation and salary along with the getters and setters. Also later in the controller class, we'll be performing CRUD operations on the employee object. So we'll need to override the equals and the hashcode method for the employee class. So this is the controller class that we'll be creating. In this controller class, we are creating a list of employees, and also we will be exposing the REST, GET, POST and DELETE endpoints. So in the controller class, we first create a list of employees using this create list method. So these are the list of employees, and when performing the CRUD operation, we are not going to make use of any database, but for simplicity we are just going to make use of this list. So whenever we want to return all the employees, we'll be returning this list that we have created here. If we have to create a new employee, we'll just be adding the new employee to this list that we have created here. And also if you have to delete an employee, so we'll first have to iterate the employees list and then see if this particular employee ID it exists or not. If it exists, then we are going to remove it. So for this we need to override the equals method. So that is what we are doing here. So let us create this class. package will be com.javainuse.model. Copy the contents of this class. Also, let us create the employee controller class. Create a new class. So this will be com.javainuse.controller. Copy the contents of this class. Finally, we'll be creating the Spring Boot Bootstrap class. So here, this class, it will be having the Spring Boot application annotation. So let us create this class. Create a new class. This will be having a base package com.javainuse. So here we are done with all the changes. Let us start this application. Run this as Java application. So this will start a Spring Boot application. If we now go to localhost 8080/swagger UI.html, so copy this and go to this URL. So here we can see the Swagger definitions of all the REST APIs that we have defined. So we have defined the delete API, the get API, the post API, and the delete API. So let us test this. So in the get, if we click on try it out, execute. So here it is returning us the list of employees that we have created. Similarly, using the Swagger UI, we can test the other APIs also that have been exposed. Also, if we go to the URL localhost 8080/v3/API docs, the open API description will be available at the following URL. So here it will be available in the JSON format. So go to this URL. So here we can see the REST API description in the open API format. For a Spring Boot application, suppose for the Swagger UI, we want a different title and also some description and the version. All these properties of the Swagger UI, they can be changed by making use of this open API definition. So here in the open API definition, we are specifying the title as employees API, version as 2.0, and also the description as employees information. So let us make this change. So here we'll be adding this annotation, import it, restart the application again. So if we now refresh this, we can see the title as employees API and also version is 2.0, and here we have the description, employees information. So suppose now we want to define a custom path for our documentation. We define it in the application.properties of a Spring Boot project. So previously when we had looked at the documentation, it was having this URL localhost 8080/v3/API docs. So now we'll be having it localhost 8080/javainuse-open API. So for this we'll need to use this property springdoc-api docs.path. So copy this. Go to source main resources here, create a new file, application.properties. Restart the application again. So the application, it has restarted. If you now go to this localhost 8080/v3/API docs, if you refresh this, here we will see this error. So now we'll have to go at this location for the documentation. So here we can see the documentation here. Also, if we refresh this Swagger UI, it will say that failed to load the remote configuration. Even here we'll need to give this custom path. Click on explore. Here now we are able to see this employees API that we have exposed. Hope you have understood this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll be further modifying this example to add Spring Boot security to Swagger. So you can download the source code from here. Thank you.